everyone, so this is an update video that I have been meaning to do since probably my birthday. It was really meant to come out on my birthday, but I just did not have the time to actually sit down and just spend 20 or so minutes in front of the camera just being like, this is what's up, here's some things. And I wanted to sort of follow up on the first update I did, where I talked maybe a bit more openly, a bit more in detail than I would have maybe preferred to have done before about some things. And because this month has been interesting in terms of how things have developed for me, personal life, and on the channel, I felt like now was a good time to just sort of chat to the audience, consult a little bit, see what you all think. So there's going to be two parts to this. One part is going to be the sort of personal updates bit, what's going on with me, how we doing, that sort of thing. And the second part is going to be, so what's going on with the channel. So if you just want to know what's going on with the channel, there'll be a timestamp in the description. You can go click on that and skip to the channel update. I'm also going to set out some tentative goals. See if we can't hit some goals this year with the channel. So with that in mind, the personal updates. So people who watched the first video will recall that there was a rather extended part about depression and loneliness and things like that. But that at the time of recording, I had the sense that things were getting better. And my therapist is back from his well-earned holiday, and things are getting better. Things have remarkably stabilized on that front. So hopefully it continues. Hopefully things continue to be good. And part of the reason why that's happened is just because I have taken days off when I would have streamed. A couple of weeks ago, I just went on a gig, went to see a band I really like perform live that I've been wanting to see live for a while, and it was great. But it did involve taking a midnight coach back to the city I live in, which meant I got home at 4:30, which, was great. It was great fun. The other sort of important update, I suppose, is there will be probably some disruption to the stream and to the channel for at least a week and a half, I would say, at some point in the next few months, because those who don't know, me and my partner, we are going to be moving flat at some point. Now, this is not a we've been evicted, it's awful kind of thing. We have had an offer accepted on a flat, which is great news for us. It's in a, and that means that all of this soon is going to change. There will be no more floor mirror, which, make of that what you will, but the new place might well have a room for just this, which would be incredible if we just had a room for just this, so that I wasn't constantly performing these things in the communal area. That would be nice, that's nice. That's worth the getting a mortgage thing. But yeah, just wanted to let you all know that there will be some changes. It's a good change. It's good for me, certainly, to not have to pay a landlord anymore, but there's no immediate danger that we're getting thrown out. It's not that kind of thing. We are just going to be moving into a place of our own, and that's great. I'm really excited about it. Obviously we need to see. I don't want to jinx it. We need to see how it all plays out. We're doing negotiations, all of this kind of boring crap that you do behind the scenes that people don't tell you about when you're buying a flat. But we're going to be doing that. There is also some bad news. There is a bit of bad news on the personal life front, which is that my job is we're entering a phase at my job. So for people who don't know what I do, I'm a software tester, and we're entering into one of these periods where I actually need to do my job attentively. That's why I'm recording this quickly on a lunch break. So what that means is that it is possible for the next month or so, I'm going to be extremely busy, and so that might impact the usual scheduling of videos. Obviously keep everyone updated, but unfortunately, sometimes my expensive habit of getting mortgages means that I have to I just slam my hand on the table in rage at this debilitating habit. Either getting mortgages or paying rent, I have to sometimes show up to work. Not literally, I work from home. But, you know, I have to show up and do my actual job sometimes, which, whatever. I can't say I love it, but it does pay for things like that pillow. Even though that pillow was free, we did find it, but it would pay for things like it if I wanted to. I guess the last thing I want to say on a personal front is we hit the 1,500 goal. We hit it a bit later than I would have liked, but in not hitting it, I had this sort of great moment of just feeling immensely satisfied with the channel as it is. And so I guess the personal vibe going forward is going to be, let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy what we have with the channel for a bit, and let's just have fun with it. Let's have fun with it. Let's see what happens. And I did, in that spirit, just sort of look at the topic. So there was a topic I had in mind that would have been releasing the day this video was releasing, and I just thought, can't do it. Can't do it, won't work, doesn't work. I need to tear down the entire concept and just try again. And that means that script is on ice, but in the meantime, I'm going to work on some other things that maybe I feel a bit more, are coming to me a bit easier. So that's, so I'm pretty pleased about this feeling of satisfaction and this feeling that I can just sort of take a topic and say, no, I don't want to do it. Even if I've put in a bunch of work into it, I can just say, no, there's no point. There's the way I'm doing it is wrong. I need to think of a different angle. And I'm glad that I'm in a position where I can feel comfortable doing that. Now, the channel update. The actual channel update. So, some of you will have noticed that of the last 3 videos, 2 of them have attracted for the channel a lot of views. That is the video about Dune Part 2. Dune Part 2. I did not express many opinions about the original Dune film or the books. And the video about the Crusades. And the thing about those videos is they're about wildly different things, right? Well, actually, I guess if you consider Jihad and Crusades as equivalent things, maybe not. But the sort of idea behind them was to react to sentiments that I had seen. And I'm very pleased that they got a reaction. And the thing about the reaction to them is it's given me more ideas for videos, which is great. It's really what you want. But they were shallower than I would have preferred. They're not my usual style of video. They're much shallower. They're much more surface level, and they're much more sort of directed at specific groups of people, like I am addressing them directly. And I don't hate it. I don't hate that style. I will say though that more of this is likely to happen, just because the incentive structure of YouTube is, you need to get eyes on your work, right? And that's not anyone's fault. That's not my fault. It's not your fault. And that doesn't mean that we're not going to do videos like deep dives into weird British guys in politics. We're going to have plenty of that. In fact, I have an idea for one that is basically that anyway. But it's not lost on me that the things where I have waded into a big topic, sort of shot from the hip, have got that reaction. Now, I stand by everything I said in those videos, but they are much more content light. They are much less sort of deep, analytical than I would prefer, but it is a style that works, and it's a style that I'm willing to lean into. So I guess this is kind of where I wanted to consult with the audience. Do you mind if I lean into that a bit more? I already have one in mind. Having done the Dune video, I want to make a video about the Fallout TV show. I've already got it in the works. I've already got the outline of the script. I think that would be very, 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 very fun. But I sort of am conflicted by it because I did not set out to make videos that sort of respond to something rather than trying to inform people of something. I don't know. I'm torn on it. And so I would appreciate any input people have on that. But those two were kind of proofs of concept. I sort of took the sort of reacting to and decided to deepen it with the Crusades one. And I think I have a formula for how that's going to work in a way that I feel better about for future ones. Obviously, we'll see how that plays out, but I did want to ask people, what do you think of that? Do you think that's a good idea? Did you like the sort of June video? Opinion notwithstanding. Opinion on what I said notwithstanding, is the style of it good? Focus on the tone and the style. Please, just one case, be liberals. Did you like the Crusades one as well? Because that one gave me a great idea for a follow-up, especially the response to it. I mean, a lot of the response to the Crusades video was, let's be honest, is anti-Semitism and Islamophobia. I'm not saying that those responses gave me any ideas, other than to sort of think, wow, people really, really didn't disprove the things that I said in that video. But yeah, I just wanted to get some thoughts on that as a direction. Obviously, it's my channel. Obviously, I decide. I live by the sword. I die by the sword in that respect. But I feel like it's only fair to sort of ask the audience, hey, is this something you are going to stick around for? Do you want that sort of thing? That's really it. But also just sort of on the understanding that I am much busier in my day-to-day work. I'm much busier in my personal life now. There's a lot more just sort of not being on here, not being on the computer, you know, we're not doing that as much. What that means is I'm going to have much less time where I'm free to do sort of deep divey kind of videos, and this other style is much more equipped to work with my schedule as it's going to be for at least the next month, possibly the next 3 months if we're going to move and we're dealing with house buying stuff. You know, well, not house buying, flat buying. I don't want people to think I'm buying a fucking mansion. It's a 2-bedroom flat. Yeah, so that's more or less where the channel's looking like it's going to be going. It's going to be a bit lighter, going to be a bit more media, going to be a bit more sort of general interest. At least 1 in every 3 videos will probably end up being sort of like a general interest, sort of like, hey, here's a media thing, here's what the obvious themes are, does the thing work? Kind of thing. Just something, just giving it a try, just see how it lands, see if it works. All of that being said, I got into this habit of setting goals for the channel, and people who remember that will note that we did not make the last goal that I set. It didn't work. But I did enjoy pushing it. I did enjoy sort of the motivation it gave me, and so if I have to set a goal to get myself moving with it at the Content Factory, then you know what, we're going to set some goals. So here's some goals, and I would appreciate, if you're a regular viewer, any help you can give, sharing the video, sharing the channel, recommending things, you know, all of this stuff. Just do anything that you can to help the channel, is much appreciated. The simplest thing you can do, if you are a new person here and this is the first video you've watched and you've made it this far, hi, yeah, subscribing's nice, you know, but with all of that said, what are some goals that I'm aiming for? I want to reach 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I want to reach 30 patrons or members by the end of the year as well. So at the moment we're at about 1.5k subs and at about 22 patrons and members. So confusing because a lot of the terms are the same across platforms. So I get it, that those goals are big, they are huge goals, they represent pretty significant growth. But I'm willing to try, you know, like 33% growth in what, 8 months, 7 months? Sure, how could that be difficult? How could that be difficult? And with the patrons and members, obviously, if you can't afford it, I don't hold that against anyone. You know, of course, if I get it, you know, times are tough. You can't prioritize the funny person who does YouTube videos for money spending. Don't do that. I'll just say on the Patreon and the membership stuff, it does not change anything about my relationship to the channel. It doesn't change how motivated I am. The fact of setting a goal is really the main thing. It's the act. It's the performance. That's what's motivating me here. And I get that it's a big growth target, and I get that it's asking a lot. It's just there. But there is a reward. For at least 2k subs, there is a reward. I have been thinking a lot about Sonic the Hedgehog. Not because of the Pregnant Sonic song, though. Even though that is very, very funny. But I have been thinking a lot about it, and I thought, it would be very funny to do a video about the stories of Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 and just try and like take them way too seriously and overthink them and do like a proper big Marxist style analysis of it. I think that would be very fun to do. And so I am dangling that in front of you as a reward. If you want to make me play Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 and then be forced to analyze the frankly weird, muddled narratives of both, yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that for 2K. I already have it planned. I already have a plan for it. I just need, all I need is for you to press the button, and then we're doing it. But yeah, that's the update, everyone. So yeah, I've got to run off and get back to work right this second, like right now. I can already tell someone is messaging in a Teams chat and is wondering where I am right now. So I'm gonna go do that real quick. And yeah, everyone, in the interest of the goals and such, share your favorite video with a friend or with a group of friends, something like that. And I will catch you all in the next video. What the next video will be is up for grabs. I'm not sure, but I have something I've been working on for a couple of weeks at this point, just sort of thinking about it, and I think it would make a really, really good video. So I won't spoil too much, but I'm gonna go work on that when I have the time because of this goddamn job that doesn't leave me alone. Peace, everyone. See ya.